Back to Twin Cities Live. Before COVID-19 and social distancing was a thing, we loved it when the happy medium and TCL regular Jodi Livon, she would actually come into our studio. When she was here, she would give a few members of our studio audience a live rapid reading. However, obviously, we have shifted gears and have started to do rapid remote readings instead.
Yeah, recently Jodi performed a virtual reading on success coach and radio personality Roshini Rajkumar, who joins us live on Skype to talk about this experience. Hi there, Roshini.
Hello, you two. I know it was quite the experience, that's for sure.
Well, and what's cool is, Kelly, you got to peep in on all this.
Right. So I facilitated it via Skype. So I just got to sit and listen. And really, the first thing Jodi tapped into was your personality. You guys had never met before, but she talked about your overall vibe. Let's give that a listen.
There's a calmness to your happiness. So if ever you feel like really elated and really freaked out, it probably feels to you very different than what your normal vibe is, because it's not that you can't get happy, but your normal vibe is happy, calm. Does that make sense to you?
Now, I think of you, Roshini, as a very calm. Your voice is soothing.
Even keel.
Even keel. What did you think about what she said there?
Well, I really like that happy, calm term that she gave me because I am a pretty high energy person, and I am usually known for being at least glass half full. So I am happy, but I also am a big proponent of the calmer you are on the inside, the more powerful you are on the outside. So that made me feel good to hear her say that.
Do you feel like you do convey yourself in a very calm way all the time, though? Do you feel like that's just how it ends up coming out, whereas inside you're running on a little bit higher of a speed than we might be privy to?
Well, it does sort of depend on the setting, Steve. So, when I come on with you, I'm probably not going Mach 10 crazy, but I do have that really high energy zone. It's what sort of makes me a distance runner. It makes me an enthusiast for others. But I think I'm pretty good about reading the setting and reading the audience and kind of what's needed in the different settings.
Okay, next up, Jodi introduced Roshini's father to the conversation. Let's hear what she had to say.
First of all, I want you to know that he is in no pain. He's still working. That's funny to him. He wants me to tell you that. He thinks you're going to think that's funny, that he's still working. He's still doing these things that are really important to him. And he says you're a treasure, and you've always been a treasure. He says he has come to see you. That's when you've gotten sort of the chills right through here. He has come to be near you, to say hello to you, to tell you that he loves you and he's proud of you. And that. So he just gave me the impression that he said, you don't have to tell her I'm proud of her. She already knows it.
So I just kind of want to set this up. So at one point in the reading, Roshini, your father, spoke to Jodi, and there he is right there. And you told us that he passed at a very young age, actually. And Jodi, she had asked you, did he pass away in this way? And you confirmed that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, she sort of said she sees the stomach area, and he did die of colon cancer when he was only 40, and I was almost 12 when he passed away. So that was pretty stunning, and you can kind of hear in the audio behind that. You and I both, Kelly, were getting a little emotional during that part of the reading. It was hard to keep the tears from flowing, but I think it was sort of a happy moment also that she made that connection, because I do wonder sometimes, is he hanging out? Where is he? They say that you have these guides, and sometimes you're lucky that they're your past loved ones. So it was comforting, especially this time of year, to hear a little bit about my father from Jodi.
Do you find that you still try to, if he passed away when you were 12, do you still talk to your dad? I mean, I have both my parents with me, so I'm sort of like an outsider looking in at this, but how do you process his passing all these years later as you have these new milestones and achievements in your own life?
I don't know that I talk with him, Steve. I think I really think about him during certain moments, and I know that in some of the work that I do, it's so connected to him. He was a movie maker in Sri Lanka. He was a movie maker. And my connection, my first career in television news, a lot of his relatives said, this isn't surprising that you didn't go into medicine as he thought you would, and you went into TV news, and then, all things kind of visual now in my world also. So there's so many things about my current life that are connected with him and how I see the world and my love of visuals and my love of movies that really are about him.
Yeah, connection.
And that's kind of how I feel we connect now that he's passed.
Okay, we've got one last thing we want to touch on. So, like Steve and I, Roshini, you recently got a puppy, but you had to ask Jodi a question. You wanted to know, is he doing well? And here's what she had to say.
I mean, he's a very sensitive dog, and I feel like he can get his own tummy aches and show it in the ways that he goes. And I also feel like he hears things, like he'll hear spirits. He loves you very much. He would be more mischievous, but he doesn't want to displease you. He's very much of a pleaser.
Is that true? Is your dog a puppy pleaser?
He is. And even when he does sort of naughty things, he looks at us with those eyes like he knows he did. Oh, am I going to get in trouble? And usually he gets a hug, a little tiny scolding, but then he gets a hug and a treat. So he's really stolen our hearts.
That's a great picture. Oh,
His name is
gosh.
Kodak, right?
Kodak. So that's when we first met him, the day we first met him right there.
Oh,
that face has changed, but he's still got that beautiful spirit, his first snow. And we've had many Kodak moments with him,
sure.
Steve and Kelly.
Great.
People at home are asking, what breed of dog is that?
So they tell us he is part boxer and part terrier. And we definitely want to get a DNA test. So that's in the works to figure out his personality, maybe unlock a little more. Yeah.
I bet, yeah. Hey, Roshini, it's always nice to spend a little time with you here in the afternoon. Thank you for being on with us today. Be sure to check out Roshini on Instagram at Roshini Rajkumar.
And don't miss Jodi Livon's appearance on Real Talk with Roshini on WCCO Radio on November 29th. All of those details are on our website, TwinCitiesLive.com.
Still to come, how to work beef into avocado toast. And breakfast pizza, that's another option. Breakfast pizza, we'll do that. We'll throw a steak on it. That's coming up. Stay right there. More Twin Cities Live is coming right up.
Yeah.